Hi Iran, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A new approach to the ground-based air surveillance will be outlined. This concept makes US use of passive electro-optical sensor for panoramic surveillance in silence mode, based upon the infrared focal plane array (FPA) detector technology. This system is designed to scan the complete hemisphere with the high search frame rate. We want Iran. Second thing, the HQ-22 is a medium to long range semi-active radar homing रेडियो कमांड गाइडेंस एयर डिफेंस सिस्टम डेवलप एंड मैन्युफैक्चर बाय चाइना। ये क्या है कैसा बनेला है, ये सब चीज़ के बारे में भी मेरे को आना है। आप भी जाइए आराम से। व्हाट इज़ द यूएस बेस्ट एंटीसिप मिसाइल। हाँ, ठीक है। ये बताया द FP-27 फ्यूक इज अ शीप बेस्ड 3D एयर एंड सरफेस सर्च रडार सिस्टम डिजाइन एंड प्रोड्यूस बाय VNIIRT as a part of Elmas NT for the Russian Navy. We want it is designed for detection, tracking, identification, and targeting of air and sea vehicles, including low-flying aircraft and sea-skimming cruise missiles. Now, one thing: China Phantom space strike made to spoof US defense. China claimed to have space-based system developed to dupe US into launching limited interceptor and thereby weaken its missile defense. China Phantom strike missile used satellite deco point to be noted to full missile defense system into wasting limited interceptor missile. China engineers had developed and unveiled a new space-based spoofing system designed to deceive missile defense system into launching limited interceptor against fake target signature in space, according to the South China Post report. The report, which referred to the system as a Phantom Space Strike, said the team from the People Liberation Army, Unit 63891, has conducted a computer simulation of the ballistic missile fired against a state-of-the-art missile defense system that carry three small satellites instead of a lethal warhead. The Russian spring offensive would wrong-foot Ukraine. Upon reaching space, the ballistic missile released its satellite payload, which then generates spoofing a signal to deceive the target missile defense radar. Point to be noted. Upon reaching space, the ballistic missile released its satellite payload, which then generates spoofing signal. पॉइंट टू बी नोटेड। सवाल है नहीं, तुम बनाओगे सैटेलाइट स्पूफिंग का तो वो रिलीज करेगा ना। हाँ, upon reaching space, the ballistic missile released its satellite payload, which then generates spoofing signal to deceive the target missile defense radar, making the unarmed missile appear as more a serious threat than it is. The spoofing attack resulted in the missile defense system firing an interception missile at the non-existing target, जो कि यहाँ से वहाँ गिर जाएगा. So according to the Zewar Yannick, a senior engineer with PLA Unit 63891, which developed and test new technology and equipment, his team exploited the weakness of the missile defense radar and the advantage of the satellite-based deco. उसने ये कब किया है और फिर कितने बार बोला, लोगों के पास टाइम ही नहीं, लोगों का सर दुख जाता है। अभी क्या बताऊंगा तुम लोगों को आगे की बात। यहाँ सबके पास टाइम है फालतू का सर दुखाने के लिए। अकॉर्डिंग टू द जेवर यानी अ सीनियर इंजीनियरिंग विद PLA यूनिट which develop and test new technology and equipment, his team exploited the weakness of missile defense radar and the advantage of satellite-based deco V1. So Zio team exploited the tolerable margin of error for missile defense satellite by keeping the position error between spoofing source to less than half a meter. Zio team exploited the tolerable margin of error for missile defense VWOD satellite by keeping the position error point to be noticed between spoofing source to less than half a meter. बस हो गया. The team also stated that the cost advantage of using satellite whose costs are lower than traditional electronic warfare aircraft and whose flight path and speed could be set according to the intelligence about fixed missile defense site. The team also the team also cite the cost advantage of using satellite whose costs are lower than traditional electronic warfare aircraft and whose flight path and speed could be set according to the intelligence about fixed missile defense site. They also note that the attack could be inti- intensified by using more spoofing satellite. समझे ना? तो कब करोगे? However, a Beijing-based scientist not affiliated with the Geo team that phantom strike technology may lead to an intended nuclear retaliation against will most likely never be used against the nuclear armed opponent. कैसा बनता है? हाँ? Not what you are saying. मेरे को तो बोलना है, बहुत काम की वजह से निकाला हूँ. US Aegis missile interceptor system require 10 to 8 to 10 seconds of reaction time. In this intercept incoming attack, in those 8-10 seconds, the Russian Zikron missile will already have traveled 20 km and the interceptor missile do not fly fast enough to catch. And the interceptor missile do not fly fast enough to catch. ये मिसाइल हमको चाहिए कौन सी भी तरीके की मिसाइल है। काम की बात बाद में एक रिपीट हो रहा है। See, like the example of the SAGEM OSF IRST system play a critical role in both offensive and defensive operation of F-18. हमारा कौन सा है? The system continues to scan the aircraft, surrounding detection and tracking multiple targets simultaneously. Huh? They see they are using a tactical missile. Who? uh, uh, USA in Ukraine also. Now they are now अभी वो tactical missile यहाँ पे भी आ सकती है. So what is a tactical missile? Tactical guided missile are short range weapon designed for use in immediate control combat area. Tactical guided missile are short range weapon designed to use at immediate uh, immediate combat area. Long range or strategic guided missile are two types: cruise and ballistic. Cruise missiles are powered by the air-breathing engine that provide almost continuous propulsion along the low-level flight path. Now I'm saying you about the Russian Pantsir S-1 system shoot down an incoming Ukraine anti-radiation missile. Now what is that? How it become? What is that antenna? That I will say you later on. Now, according to the Russian defense militia, Pantsir S-1 identify and destroy the threat within a second of its launch. The Russian Pantsir S-1 is a mobile multi-channel short-range air defense system. Lebanon, Hezbollah, KH-31P is an anti-radiation missile we want for attacking, like that. To to design to destroy active radiating adversary radars. Okay, that उन लोग ने जो किया है वैसे ही. It's meant to disable air operation control radar, early warning radar, and medium and long range SAM system. Huh? So the missile model ARM KH-31PD is also deployed in Ukraine compared to the American AGM-88 HARM. The KH-31 is substantially larger missile. The D variant 110 kg warhead weighs much more than the HARM 68 kg warhead. The D variant has far more momentum than what impacting a target thanks to the 1000 meter second speed. Point to be noted. The D variant has far more momentum when impacting a target thanks to its 1000 meter per second speed, which is a significantly higher than the Han 6000 meter per second speed. As a result, the destruction brought on the by KH-31 would be far greater than the harm. So the American missile AGM-88E variant is the otherwise more sophisticated than the KH-31. The variant of the American missile is more challenging to avoid than the KH-31. हाँ, तो द AGM-88 के लिए हमको तैयार रहना है. तो पेंसिल एयर डिफेंस और कौन सा है वो बताता हूँ मैं और बाद में बताते हैं. It's not blinded an enemy disable the same radar. The AGM-88 is not blinded if an enemy disable the same radar. It's record the location of the enemy radar and utilize its own high resolution millimeter wave radar to see the target radar. अल्लाह. तो रशियन बुक्स सैम शूट हार्म अलार्म एंटी रेडिएशन मिसाइल. तो हम कब करोगे हिजबुल्ला, हम कब करोगे लेबनान. हाँ, लाइक दैट. सो दिस इज द मिसाइल. हाँ, बुक M3 एयर डिफेंस सिस्टम. So Russia booked surface-to-air missile SAM system shoot down anti-radiation missiles such as US-made HARM and UK ARM fired by the Ukraine army. Anti-radiation missiles are used to target fixed and mobile radar stations that are associated with air defense systems. So Book SAM crew of the Watchdog group of force continue to effectively cover Russian troops from enemy air defense system attacking South Donetsk direction. Anti-aircraft gunner for the Eastern Military District successfully fight against enemy unmanned aerial vehicle and shoot down foreign manufacturer guided missile. The list of targets is including US manufacturer HARM anti-radar missile, UK manufacturer Alam missile, HIMARS missile and all type of high altitude drones. During the incomplete months of combat duty in this direction, only one aircraft battery of Far Eastern servicemen has more than 70 successful hit target. The Russian MOD release said the the Alam, the Alam is an anti-radiation missile of UK. It was designed for the suppression of enemy air defense. The name Alarm stands for the Air-Launched Anti-Radiation Missile. Reports say that the UK military retired the Alarm missile something is in 2019. Uh, if the Russian MOD report can be confirmed, that is totally with the assessment that the West is dumping old technology on Ukraine. I'm sorry यार दिल से यार मैं भी क्या करूं. यूएस कंफर्म सेंडिंग हाइम्स मिसाइल यूक्रेन वीक हैवॉक ऑन द रशियन अटैक. मैं थोड़ी बोलना चाहता हूँ यार पर मैं भी क्या करूँ. मैं भी मजबूर हूँ यार. ये सब तो ऊपर ऊपर की बात है अंदर से कुछ नहीं. हाँ दिमाग में घुसेगे तो छोड़ूंगा नहीं. In December, the Ukraine Air Force released a video showing of MiG-29 firing a two HARM missile in a volley. Russia has made the first claim of the war that they have shot down four HARM missiles. In December, the Ukraine Air Force released a video showing MiG-29 firing two HARM missiles in a volley. Huh? Russia has made its first claim of the war that they have shot down four HARM missiles. अब वो आप जाके देखिए. या अली मदद बोलो. See, Russia developed just wait, Russia developed a new weapon to shoot down US and
Russia
European.
developed a new weapon to shoot down US and European missiles.
See.
The Russian military conducted tests of the S-500 Prometheus air defense system, which they claim is capable of shooting down hypersonic targets.
कब दोगे ईरान. कब मिलेगा. They had said we will cover your entire sky. कब मिलेगा. कब प्रोडक्शन आएगा ईरान. कब आएगा. S-300 S-400 will shoot down all F-16 Iraq Afghan war. हाँ? कौन बोला ये. हाँ? कौन बोला. The comprehensive and advanced Radian air defense simply is fully capable of intercepting any US F-16 fighter jet supplied to the Ukraine armed force, according to the retired US Army officer. हाँ? कम से कम ये तो ले लो. हाँ? इराक में और अफगान में. मालिक. हाँ? Pantsir. हाँ? अब we won Pantsir fire control system. हाँ? हाँ? Relies on the target acquisition radar and dual wave-band tracking radar, which operate in the UHF, EHF, ultra-high frequency and emergency high frequency wavelength. Huh? It is based on the supersonic 57 E6 interceptor missile that can engage target at the range of over 200 meters to 20 kilometers and reach high maximum altitude about 33,000 to 49,000 feet. While the cannons देखिए ना at an extra final lines of defense. Cannons बहुत बड़े काम की चीज़ है. Russia source claim that the missile can hit the target flying at speed about 1,000 meter per second. पहले काम की बात कर देता हूँ। See, see what I'm saying. See, Russia electronic warfare capability have had mixed result against Ukraine. This is what happened so far in the Russian electronic warfare battle against Ukraine. Huh? Huh? See, huh? What I'm saying. Russia and Ukraine war, Russia army electronic warfare assets were deployed alongside infantry, armor and artillery. EW play a prominent role in the Russian armed force, particularly in the army. Huh? Attrit, a third jam, a third, and the final third will collapse in the aphorism attitude to the Soviet and Russian army doctrines. Huh? So EW is integral to Russian army efforts to break enemy command and control, and intelligence and surveillance and reconnaissance and ISR capability. C2 relies on radio and satellite communication, SATCOM. Break these links and the enemy cannot distribute order and collect situation report. Point to be noted. हाँ कब करोगे? हाँ? Army EW also target hostile ground-based, naval, and airborne radar. Radar play a key ISR role in detecting and tracking target. Jam a radar and you can render it useless, depriving the enemy of ISR data. Russian EW also target hostile GNSS global navigation satellite system signal. GNSS jamming can deprive the enemy of position, navigation, and timing information transmitted by the satellite constellation like the US Global Position System (GPS). हाँ? मेरे भाई ये कब लेगा? ये सबसे पहला ले मेरे भाई। हाँ? ये ले। हाँ? या ले। Now what I'm saying, Russia appear to be putting jamming tech on its tank as exploding drones chase down its vehicle to deadly effect. क्या है ये? Russia appear to be putting jamming technology on its tanks and exploding drones chase down its vehicle to deadly effect. Photo appear to show the jammer Russian is putting on its tanks and vehicle to disturb Ukraine drones. One video advertised that jammer is Russian Telegram channel crowdfund to purchase more the Russian troop for the Russian troop. Both sides in the war in Ukraine are seeking to counter the threat of drones. To counter the so uh, uh, so a tank with a jammer on top of its roof screen, a cage designed to protect against first person view FPV drone attack. मतलब a case designed to protect against first person view जो पहले देखे for the FPV drone attack. ये क्या है? हाँ? Observer identify the cone shaped system is a Volnorex CUASEW jammer. The same channel had previously shared multiply other photo of the same jammer system being unboxed and attached to the other vehicle, including tanks and pickup trucks. Of, how many of these jammer are currently in use or where Russian apparent decision to equip vehicle with them speak to a growing concern about the threat of FPU drone attack. Tank and other armored crew have previously seen welding cage on their vehicles. Tanks and other armored crew have previously been seen welding cage on their vehicle as a crew defense. भाई मेरे भाई हमको उसी पे ध्यान देने का मैं वैसे पहले बोला देखिए अब तुम्हारा ड्रोन से तुमको वो बोलता हमस का पहला नंबर लीडर मेरे को उससे मतलब नहीं है 2 नंबर लीडर ये तो मैं आपको पहले ही बोला तो आप लोग क्या कर रहे हैं वो तो टारगेट ढूंढ ढूंढ के तुमको मारेगा हाँ तो तुम लोग क्यों नहीं लगा रहे ड्रोन, एंटी ड्रोन सिस्टम? वो पता तो मैं कौन सा वाला, तुम लोग क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो? मतलब क्या, मेरे को समझ में नहीं, तुम्हारे दिमाग में नहीं है क्या कि तुमको मारेगा नहीं हो? हाँ, तो भाई ये क्या है? ये मैं उल्टा बोल रहा हूँ, यूक्रेन विल स्पूफ जीपीएस अक्रॉस द कंट्री टू स्टॉप रशियन ड्रोन्स। तो ये भी एक चीज़ है। अब वो कौन सा स्पूफ है हमको करना है, वो मैं आगे आने वाले नीचे बताता हूँ। हाँ, ये तो मैं ऐसे ही बता रहा हूँ। रशियन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वॉरियर आर इंटरसेप्टिंग यूक्रेन ट्रूप्स कम्युनिकेशन एंड जामिंग देयर जीपीएस गाइडेड बॉम्ब्स। So Russian invader unveiled Sanya EW system on T-80 BVM tanks. What is that? The Russian invader starting equipped their tanks with the Sanya EW system, which should jam FPV drones. हाँ बस, this Russian veteran showed that T-80 BVM tanks, which is equipped with such jamming system. So originally the Sanya Counter Uncrew Aerial System CUAS electronic warfare system was not designed for armored vehicle. It is primarily purpose was to prevent unauthorized drone intrusion into confidential territory. Huh? So the manufacturer start this system in able to detect, identify and utilize FPV drones at the distance. So Sania is a modified system based on the technology that ensure the blocking of drone signal. कब करोगे लेबनान, कब करोगे हिजबुल्ला? So installation of CUAS system can be both stationary and mobile. So in the stationary installation, the bracket of tripod is used depending on the purpose of the installation. In mobile use, when the dome complex is attached to the car or APC, Sania is able to work in motion. This equipment of the system allows us to detect and jam both signal FPV drones and swarm of drones within the radius up to 1.5 km. They manufacture. See, Russian Sania electronic warfare system. See. Huh? So the detector responds suppose only to FPV drones, excluding false positive from other signal source. When FPV signal from drone are stopped, the detector automatically turn off signal suppression. Huh? Russians and electro warfare system. See, ये लगाती क्यों नहीं है हिजबुल्ला, लेबनान? क्या है तुम लोगों को? Huh? Recall the Russian tank are also equipped with the Volnorex electronic warfare system, which is designed to protect armed vehicle from drones. Yeah, see, new type of GPS spoofing attack in China create crop circle of false location data. मेरे भाई मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, जस्ट बेटा, न्यू टाइप ऑफ जीपीएस स्पूफिंग हमको करना है। अटैक इन चाइना क्रिएट क्रॉप सर्कल ऑफ फॉल्स लोकेशन डेटा। ये क्या है? द अर्लियर पैटर्न आर अनलाइक एनीथिंग एक्सपर्ट हैज सीन इन प्रीवियस जीपीएस स्पूफिंग इंसिडेंट which had typically pointed to a single location. See, a new type of GPS spoofing technology which may be belong to the Chinese government appear to have been impacting shipping in around China port of Shanghai for more than a year. Unlike previous example of spoofing attack, which are typically cause GPS receiver in a certain area to show their location as being a limited number of fixed false position. The incident in Sangya caused the transponder point to be noted on multiple ships at once to show various erroneous position that forms odd ring-like pattern that some experts have dubbed crop circle. An article, this information has come to the investigation that the Center of Advanced Defense Study, हाँ, so C4ADS Washington DC, हाँ, ये इन लोगों को पता चला, हाँ, so 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 ये लोगों को पता चला। So sinister spoofing in Shanghai. Huh? You have to go and see. Huh? See, मैं क्या बताऊँ? हाँ? See, मैं क्या बताऊँ? क्या है ये? आप ही देख लो ना. Thousands of GPS spoofing incidents have occurred. क्या आ गया? So this signal, somebody is transmitting a spoofing signal affecting sheep upon to 20 km away. The signal spoof location on the circle with radius about 200 meters and rotate counterclockwise with a 68 second. Hmm? और यहाँ अभी मैं बात कर रहा हूँ कि स्पूफिंग से बचने के लिए क्या है. हाँ, ईरान ये और रोटेटिंग सिंगल एंटीना स्पूफिंग सिग्नल डिटेक्शन मेथड बेस्ड ऑन IPNN. ये बचने के लिए रोटेटिंग सिंगल एंटीना स्पूफिंग सिग्नल डिटेक्शन मेथड बेस्ड ऑन IPNN. ये चाइना का है, किसी और का नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. हाँ, शेर का बोल रहा हूँ. ठीक है. ये क्या है ईरान? पहली बात तो अब तुमको रेड सी के अंदर क्या करना है वो बताता हूँ. पहली बात तो साउथ चाइना सी, चाइना डिप्लो जामिंग इक्विपमेंट. ये क्या है? ये क्यों नहीं ले रही? ये क्या है मेरे को अब तक. हाँ, ये. अरे आ रहे बाबा, नेट ही नहीं आता. ए भाई, PLA टू गेट मिसाइल बोन एंटी जामिंग एंटीना, ये क्या है? इसके बारे में आप जाइए, आप खुद ही देख लीजिए. हाँ, ये क्या है? हाँ, the antenna based on error signal processing technology will allow PLA unit to accurate navigation within 100 meter of the enemy jamming device operating at 1 volt. Whereas without the antenna, the range beyond 10 kilometers surrounding the jamming source could be affected. हाँ, समझे ना? हाँ, तो ये हमको ना काम आएगा. हाँ, हाँ, दो लोग जामिंग करेंगे तो हमारा जामिंग नहीं होगा. ठीक है. एक मेरे भाई, Chinese scientists display new generation electronic warfare weapon designed to the world. क्या है ये? Scientists have relieved the design concept, key algorithm and manufacture method of new electronic weapon. The weapon is designed launch multiple beam for a single antenna, targeting various objects simultaneously. The integrated design of a new type of electronic warfare weapon has been reviewed by the group of scientists from China. They said that weapon can launch multiple focus beam of electromagnetic waves from a single antenna, simultaneously targeting various objects in the sky, sea, or land to disturb their operation. Huh? So, so laboratory tests conducted on a modularized version of the weapon high show. देखिए ईरान के सबके दोस्त लोगों को वो दे रहा है, वो भी मैं बताता हूँ, ऐसे ही नहीं खाली मैं बोल रहा हूँ, अगर चाहिए तो मिल जाएगा। हाँ, so laboratory tests conducted on the manualization version of the weapon have show ability to operate at high power and emits electromagnetic wave across the broad frequency range. Even if enemy radar or communication device employ anti-jamming technique like frequency hopping, they will still be unable to evade suppression by the weapon. The digital array antenna of new generation electronic warfare design. See, huh? So losing control of the electromagnetic spectrum will inevitably lead to loss of the air and sea control. हाँ? अगर तुम लूजिंग कर दिए इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक स्पेक्ट्रम में तो तुम हवा में और सी में ख़त्म हो गए। यही गेम में खेल इसका होता है। हाँ? To deep and high intensity confrontational environment, electronic countermeasure system must possess multifunction, multi-target countermeasure and broadband capability. Huh? Present most electronic warfare equipment in use can only aim high power continuous suppression against target in more or less the same direction. Notable example including electronic warfare deployed at US F-15, F-16 or Russian MiG-27 and MiG-29 fighter jet. Huh? On, Only a handful of nations have acquired the new generation electronic warfare weapon technology, with Israel Aerospace Industry leading the pack with the Scorpius SP pod. This compact device is roughly to the size of air-to-air missile and can mount it under a fighter jet wings. It can identify and simultaneously suppress target in multiple directions, including fighter jet, ground radar, and even incoming missile. समझे ना? According to company, तो लगाओ ये incoming missile के लिए. This capability shield friendly fighter jet from harm. Huh? So, while, theoretic- while theoretically this unit can engage distant target, practically application often result in the antenna being fractured into smaller segments with limited power and narrow frequency range for emitting electromagnetic wave. This approach, commonly referred to a multi-target digital array technology, has primarily been confirmed to radar with modest power and bandwidth demand. Uh, The frequency of the frequency of the suppression can be adjusted for each target. Uh, The amount of complexity of numerical processing information increase exponentially with the number of targets, which can overwhelm military computer chips. हाँ? अब जाइए, हाँ? आपको समझ में आएगा सर। अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा है। See, China revealed next generation multi-target electronic warfare weapon design. हाँ? The weapon mimic the ability of the Israel developed Scorpius SP pod, but the design revealed is drastically different. ये आपको मैं बताया था एक मिनट। हाँ? Typically, a modern EW weapon use multiple units of transmitting and receiving antenna, which are controlled by the computer. While these units can work independently to engage different targets, when emitting electromagnetic wave, they end up with a limited power and frequency range. Huh? So, so the China claim has to gain the edge through sophisticated manipulation of electromagnetic waves emitted by each unit, where the frequency of suppression can be individually adjusted for each target. Huh? अरे बाबा प्लीज काम की बात है वो। सी आई विल से यू, सबको डर है। WZ-8 रॉकेट प्रोपोलेंट रिकनेसेंस ड्रोन्स। आई रिपीट, WZ-8 रॉकेट प्रोपोलेंट reconnaissance drones at the airbase eastern China, about 350 miles island from Shanghai. The drones are cutting-edge surveillance system that could help China gather real-time mapping data to formulate and inform strategy of carrying out missile strike in the future conflict. Huh? So China is developing the capability to monitor the entire Indo-Pacific. So so the Chinese advanced surveillance and information gathering technology is not a worry of। तो ये भी चाहिए, हमको चाहिए रहता है भाई, ये सब करना पड़ता है। हाँ, ये मेरे भाई, ये क्या है, नंबर वन नंबर टू हो गया, नंबर थ्री हो रहा है अभी। हम यहाँ से हमको लेना देना नहीं है। हमको तुमसे कैसे लेना देना है, हमको तुमसे लेना देना है, वहाँ के लोगों से लेना देना है। न्यू एंटी डोम लेजर सिस्टम इंट्रोड्यूस इन चाइना। ये क्या है, तो छोटा सा ड्रोन है ये। हाँ, China has recently introduced a laser-based system which can be used to target and destroy small drones. The guide the the system is also located small, slowing moving drones with 1.2 miles radius and capable of destroying a target within 5 seconds. It is capable of destroying a target within 5 seconds. It is effective on altitude about 500 meters against drones or aircraft flying up to 112 miles per hour. Drones are becoming more commonly used for the military and can be seen in civilian airspace more frequently. Drone can be used from um, so so the system has been produced to answer ये सबके लिए। हाँ, अभी मैं आपको क्या बोल रहा हूँ, किया ना उसने, तो ये पागल है। चाइना मिलिट्री बूस्टिंग इज एबिलिटी टू डिफीट कामासाकी ड्रोन। यही तो हम भी कर रहे हैं ना। हाँ, चाइनीज मिलिट्री इज बूस्टिंग इट्स एबिलिटी टू डिफीट कामासाकी को ड्रोन्स। हाँ, तुम कौन है, एबिलिटी क्या है? The addition to kinetic system that are designed to shoot down threat with projectile and missile. The addition to kinetic system that are designed to shoot down threat with projectiles and missile. The Chinese military is also pushing ahead with electronic warfare tools that could potentially defeat drones. See, the Area 1 air launch tube integrated unmanned system or LTS sails through the sky at Yuma Proving Ground RG's photo. See. huh? So the paper collaboration in army focusing on beefing up its defense against adversary tactical unmanned aerial system according to the new Pentagon। इतना बड़ा आदमी और तुम तो बहुत बड़े हो, तुमको तो कुछ फिक्र ही नहीं है। हाँ, सो लोटरिंग म्यूनिशन ऑल्सो नोन एज द कामासाकी ड्रोन और वन वे अटैक। मुझे तो मालूम है, मैं तो इसका भांडा फोड़ना नहीं चाहता हूँ। हाँ, मेरे को तो इसका सब, मुझको तो सबसे ज़्यादा मालूम है इसका। एक सेकंड के अंदर सबकी वाट लगा दूँ मैं तो, लेकिन नहीं लगाऊंगा, मरने से पहले बोलूँगा। सो मरने से पहले जीना। So loitering munition, also known as the Kamasaki drone or one-way attack drones, and other small UAV has been featured prominently on the battlefield in Ukraine. Huh? So, so, so Chinese military capability, which was released as a hybrid self-propelled air defense artillery system (SPADA) gun air defense artillery small focus electronic warfare system and man portable air defense system (MANPAD) for the core of PRC involving solution for countering tactical UAS. I repeat again, China military capability which was released hybrid self-propelled air defense artillery system SPADA and second gun air defense artillery, third small focus electronic warfare system, and man portable air defense system manpad for the core of the PRC evolving solution to countering tactical UAS. Huh? So report USA report. So so an example of the China counter-drone technology deployment, the new studies note that the light combined armed brigades are being equipped with platforms that have 6-barreled 25 rotary cannon, which might use programmable time fuse pre-fragment round, and 4 FN-16 man-portable air defense system mounted on its turret. In addition to kinetic systems that are designed to shoot down threats with projectiles and missiles, Chinese military is also pushing ahead with electronic warfare tools that could potentially defeat drones. The PLA continue to emphasize a fielding uh, so application of modern EW capability that are designed to maximize a unit combat effectiveness by detecting and degrading, disturbing an adversary command and control communication, as well as complicating an adversary use of tactical intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance ISR system. Uh, So similar to the combined armed brigade fielding of EW capability, the PLA Air Defense Force have rapidly fielded new counter-air electronic attack capability that will complement traditional air defense and support the PLA वाइड एंटी एस एस एरिया डिनाइल A2AD मिशन पर तो ये है यूएसए बोला है हाँ सो बीजिंग कंटिन्यू द कॉम्प्रेसिव यूएई's मॉडलिफिकेशन एफर्ट तुम कौन सा एफर्ट कर रहे हो यूएवी के लिए हाँ साला नाम खराब करते इज्जत खराब करते अच्छा नहीं लगता ये सब फिर जब दिमाग में हाँ है ना तो कर लेंगे नहीं तो पीछे हट जाओ तुम्हारे कोने में आने कोने में आजू बाजू दिमाग के कोने में नहीं रहता क्या ये कि तुम्हारे दिमाग में ड्रोन आएगा नहीं आएगा हाँ तुम्हारी साइड कमांड कंट्रोल साइड को मारेगी नहीं मारेगी हाँ So, WZ US are design of version of GJ11. We want VZAUAS. तुम्हारे पास हाँ and WZ and we want anti drone. It is a anti drone, not attacker. We want to defend. So it is a WZ8. हाँ हाँ तो देखिए उसने तो किया ही किया और उसका दुश्मन ने भी किया तो तुम तो बहुत बड़े वो हो ताइवान रैम्प अप डेवलपमेंट ऑफ एंटी ड्रोन सिस्टम एस पी एल ए सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट ग्रुप उनको वो ड्रोन से डर के मारे इन्होंने ये लगाए हाँ उसने यूएसए के डर के मारे एंटी ड्रोन लगाया इसने चाइना के डर के मारे एंटी ड्रोन लगाया तुम क्या करोगे वो तुम देखो कौन सा ड्रोन लगाया उसने सी देखा ना ईरान मैंने आपको बहुत पहले बोला था यूएसए डिज़ाइन एंटी जैमिंग टेक्निक डेट कीप सैटेलाइट ऑनलाइन हमको भी रशिया और चाइना के डर के मारे तो हमको भी उनके डर के मारे चाइना और रशिया के साथ एंटी सैटेलाइट एंटी जैमिंग सैटेलाइट के साथ जुड़ना है समझे ना जो तो आपको मुझे 3-4 दिन पहले ये लेक्चर दिया था वेसल नेविगेशन इन चाइना रिपोर्ट जीपीएस स्पूफिंग इंसिडेंट्स अब ये क्या है भाई ये आप देख लीजिए हमको करते रहना है हाँ क्रॉप सर्कल हाँ हमको करते रहना है हाँ क्या है ये बताता हूँ और भी कुछ बताना है इसे वाट ही लगाना है आज पीआरसी PRC jamming and spoofing endangered shipping threatened civilians air navigation हाँ हमको करना है हाँ? सो सो spoofing by the people of China, PRC has spilled beyond its border and into the area of so automatic identification system transponder, huh, and emergency distress signal when all affected. Hmm, hmm. GPS spoofing has proved to be more mean than GPS jamming. Hmm? समझ रहे ना? When jamming occurs, signals something alert navigator to an issue. Spoofing is the most insidious and does not provide clue that a GPS signal has been replicated and providing incorrect location information, according to the IFR magazine. हाँ? कितने बार बताया था मैंने आपको इसके बारे में? हमको पता है एक बात, हाँ, एक बात। हाँ? तो ऐसा करना है हमको। One more thing, the Philippines Coast Guard on Sunday accused China counterpart of jamming the signal of the tracking system. हमको करना है ये, हाँ? हमको कैसा करना है वो आप देख लीजिए। सी पागल है ये। चाइना में jamming US Navy jet of aircraft carrier into the Pacific and US will not look kindly on it. समझे ना? हाँ? AE-18 ग्रोवर, हाँ? इसकी वाट लगा दिया। हाँ? So Beijing has built a military artificial island in the South China Sea and extremely touched about US Navy ship sailing around them despite their legal क्यों while jamming is not anywhere see तो उसको डर है वहाँ आने से हाँ उसको डर है यहाँ आके हमारा सब इंक्वायरी करेगा इसके लिए वो करता है ये हाँ तो चाइना jamming US Navy carrier aircraft हाँ देखिए दिस इज लुक ऑफ फॉर द US नेवी नेक्स्ट जनरेशन जामर ये उन लोग का जामर है पागल है लोग हाँ पागल है कि लोग का एगाइल एडेप्टिव एंड इंटीग्रेटेड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वॉरफेयर हाँ तो क्या है इन लोग का ये हाँ F-18 हाँ, सुपर हॉर्नेट में भी लगाए हैं हाँ AN/AL-Q99 एयरबोर्न इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वॉरफेयर सिस्टम हाँ तो इसके बारे में क्या है ये देखिए हमको इसके खिलाफ के लिए क्या चाहिए वर्जन हमको वो चाहिए हाँ हाँ, हाँ। It will provide airborne electronic attack capability to disturb and degrade enemy air defense and ground communication system. Hmm? Huh? Increment 1 will provide mid-band jamming capability to counter the engagement radar commonly used by the ground-based surface-to-air defense system, which are deemed to pose the greatest current threat to US aircraft. उनको डर के मारे वो लोग लगा रहे हैं और हम क्या कर रहे हैं हाँ सो और इंक्रीमेंट 3 will provide the navy with entirely new capacity of high band jamming. हाँ हमको भी करना है पहला तो हमको सेक करना है हाई बैंड जामिंग के लिए तो क्या है बात कीजिए हाँ बताता हूँ मैं बाद में इसके बारे में अच्छे से आता हूँ एंड इंक्रीमेंट 3 विल प्रोवाइड नेवी विद द एंटायर न्यू कैपेसिटी फॉर हाई बैंड जामिंग टू हेल्प डील विद एयर टू एयर थ्रेट फ्रॉम एनिमी फाइटर्स तो इसी तरह एक्टिव एयर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक स्कैन एरे बता ना मैं आपको क्या यूज़ करने का ये आपको क्या चाहिए उसके लिए वर्जन क्या चाहिए वो तो बताऊँगा यूटिलाइजिंग द गैलियम नाइट्रेट टेक्नोलॉजी हमको भी वही करने का है द गैलियम नाइट्रेट टेक्नोलॉजी जल्द से जल्द ईरान हाँ खुद को दे हाँ जामिंग के लिए न्यू एयरबोर्न इलेक्ट्रॉनिक अटैक सिस्टम so 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 it will generate around 10 times isotropic radiated power of ALQ99 it will generate around the 10 times isotropic radiated power चाहिए isotropic radiated power हाँ Also built its ability to collect, analysis, jam new enemy signal as they occur, enabling the system to adjust in flight to evolving threat profile, huh? To countermeasure situation. Its high jamming flexibility, huh? huh? सीरिया में भी किया था लोगों ने. See, one more thing I want to say. The electronic countermeasure (ESM) is a electrical or electronic device designed to trick or deceive radar, sonar, or other detection system like infrared, IR, or laser. Yeah? It would use for offensive and defensive to deny target information to the enemy. आप कौन सा करना है आप कीजिए. ये ALQ-184 इलेक्ट्रॉनिक अटैक पॉड है. हाँ? हमको कौन सा चाहिए वो आप देखिए. ऐसा चलने का ईरान. हाँ, वो भी तो बनाया है. बता दो मैं चाइना ने क्या बनाया. एक्टिव एक्स से देखो आ रहा हूँ मैं. देखो. हाँ, बताता तुमको. बराबर चलता है. स्पेस इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वॉरफेयर सिग्नल इंटरसेप्शन, ISR जामिंग, स्पूफिंग एंड ECD. हाँ, आपको देखना है ये. हाँ, ये मैं आता हूँ अच्छे तरीके से. ये बहुत बड़ा है. नहीं नहीं. हाँ. So space is a new frontier of electronic warfare. Intelligent and reconnaissance space is also the place to view the Earth in the large Earth truss. This view can help military and agricultural planners make better decisions on protecting the US. So key definition in EW satellite system and ECD countermeasure. Huh? So EW definition is the art and science of denying an enemy the benefit of the electromagnetic spectrum. So EMS will preserving them for friendly foes. Signal intelligence is the analysis and identifying intercept transmission, including frequency bandwidth modulation, waveform, and polarization. हाँ, so हाँ, ये कुछ नहीं है. ये रहने दो. Nowhere to hide. Chinese scientists have developed game-changing military surveillance device for electronic warfare. They achieve seamless wide bandwidth, real-time monitoring, and analysis of the electromagnetic spectrum. क्या है ये? It's cover a massive frequency range which pick up everything from the MS2 radio broadcast to Elon Musk's Starlink satellite. ये सब देखो. ये सब बता तो हम पागल हो जाते हैं ना. ये सब करके बताता देखो क्या पड़ा है. The enemy in the battlefield will have nowhere to hide. After Chinese scientists have to made a huge technological breakthrough in the field of electronic warfare. The team of scientists from Beijing said that first time they have achieved seamless wide bandwidth real-time monitoring and analysis of the electromagnetic spectrum analysis. समझे. सब लोग अगर हम सबकी वाट लगाने का देखते हो सब लोग क्या कर रहे हैं हमारी वो एनालिसिस करता है. तो leaving any enemy completely out of the open during a conflict. So the Chinese military will able to use this technology to detect and lock onto enemy signal at unprecedented speed at unprecedented speed. huh? Decode the physical parameter of the signal socho almost instantly and effectively suppress them all while ensuring the smooth flow of their own communication according to researcher. जैसे कि वो उसका सी कोड कैसे कि एक 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 सेकंड में कैसा कितने बार वो होता है यहाँ वहाँ तो वो वैसा ही है. पता तो मैं आगे. So detail of the game changing technology were published by the project lead scientists. हाँ. so so इस टीम प्रो. हाँ. so सी नंबर बता दो पेपर. हाँ. so हाँ, बोलते हेडिक है लेकिन करते हैं. पूरा 12 15 बैठना पड़ता है. ऐसा बोलते हैं. सही बात है ना. ये बोला नहीं हूँ मैंने, ये अलग है। चाइना टेस्ट पेंटोम, हाँ दिस इज द पेंटोम स्पेस स्ट्राइक। ये क्या है? दैट कैन ओवरविन एनिमी एयर डिफेंस सिस्टम बाय कंफ्यूजिंग देयर रडार। सो 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 दिस यही है, आई टोल्ड यू। हाँ हाँ। सो आफ्टर सी, a part of the simulation Balaisi missile was launched against an enemy protected by the SCMP, state of the art missile defense system. The missile was not armed with either or nuclear or conventional warhead. See, बता रहे हैं, हाँ? After it surpassed the atmosphere, the missile released three small spacecraft with radio interference equipped on board. समझे? Which is said to be have pick up enemy radar network signal and sent back phantom or fake signal, which are supposed to have made the unarmed missile seem to be much more significant threat than it was. The signal are intended to create an impression of multiple threat or multiple enemy radar to pick up, thereby triggering enemy air defense crew to launch intercept missile. Uh, Faking an attack is ancient Asian war technique. Faking an attack is an ancient warfare technique which is also used in modern area combat to confuse the overwhelm the enemy. Yeah, अच्छा है. I would just say you that Chinese countermeasure barrage, uh, Chinese countermeasure barge cover in radar reflected and the barge was the uh, was is which is festooned with radar reflector antenna, defensive launcher and other gear first appear in the modern form of a year. I will say you this is see ये ship है, ये वो है, see. So what is this? A picture. This is a Chinese barge cover in various radar reflector and antenna equipped with a pair of Type 726 series defensive launcher. क्या है ये? That are used on various people Revelation Army Navy warship. Okay, by all indication the barge main purpose is support countermeasure. ये हमको करना है and electronic warfare and release test and training activity which could also support the development of the new and improved weapons, sensor and countermeasure. So so it in some way it look similar to Deco target barge where they were used by Russian in effort to protect the uh, so uh, Type 726 series launcher. Uh, and another type 052 D destroyer दोनों है. uh, there are also number of dome covered antenna type are typically associated with satellite communication system. Point to be noted. This could be used to remote operate and just monitor various onboard sensor and other systems such as Type 726 हमको चाहिए, as well as send information to other ship on land based facility for further analysis. The larger dome could be a radar or emitters of some type. There are at least three shelters on the deck, which might contain various equipment and generating to power onboard system. See, rack of the lift raft is a cylindrical container, as well as the sum of the antenna domes and one of the shelter of the barge, as seen close up. See, चाइना का. तो ये चाहिए हमको. See, ELINC. China display a multi-function radar jamming and electronic intelligence station that can be sold in different configuration. लो जिसको लेना है.
ये तो आपको मैंने बताया। चाइना न्यू सैटेलाइट हंटिंग रडार एम टू ब्लाइंड यूएस SLC-18 रडार सबको दे रहा है, वो बोला है ईरान को दिया, इसको दिया, तो यहाँ पे हमको अभी लेबनान को देना है और हुती को देना है। हाँ, ओ मुंताज़ क्या कर रहे हैं? थोड़ा वहाँ फेंका करो मुंताज़ यार प्लीज़, थोड़ा वहाँ फेंका करो। अच्छा, थोड़ा वहाँ फेंका, मूंगी आती है रस्सी में सूखते हैं, और कुछ नहीं। हाँ मेरी ध्यान दो अपना प्लीज मुंताज़। देखो यहाँ थोड़ा आगे फेंकना करो, कुछ बात नहीं है। हाँ तुम्हारे ऊपर है वो, थोड़ा दूर है तो मेरे को बोला करो, मैं लेके जाया करूँगा, फेंका करूँगा, ऐसा कुछ बात नहीं हो। नहीं आता है तो हम मेरे को बोला करो, मैं फेंका करूँगा प्लीज। हाँ अरे अपना ध्यान दो बस प्लीज। हाँ क्या मत चेक प्लीज।
Chinese news, I'm sorry guys, Chinese new satellite hunter radar aim to blind US, ये सब सबको दिया है। हाँ क्या बोलूँ यार मैं अभी। द 10 meters tall SLC-1 radar, हाँ सबको दिया है। भी बता दो मैं कहाँ सबको दिया उसने। हाँ बाद में बताता हूँ मैं गाइस। जस्ट वेट, क्योंकि जबान भी थोड़ा पलट रही है यार, वही मैं सोच रहा था क्या बोलने का भी यार। दिल नहीं बोलता यार। डरता तो मैं अपने बाप से भी नहीं। अल्लाह इनको हिफाजत रखे। अरे हाँ ना बाबा यार, मेरे काम के टाइम ही आते हैं ये वो साड़े। आना रे बाबा, आना रे। See guys, I'm sorry. Huh? See guys, the Algerian Ministry of Nation Defense released a photograph on 9 May confirming that it has acquired the CHL 906 electronic warfare system made by China. See, what is that? CHL 906. It is a including a truck with the antenna associated with CHL 906 multifunction radar jamming and ELINT station. So the so it is a it which has a it is a the line of It intercept and track radar radiating within a frequency 0.1 to 40 gigahertz. Very well, हाँ कुछ ज़्यादा है. While the multifunction radar station can disturb airborne radar out of range of about 250 km. ये लेने वाला पागल है. हाँ? The third truck will be not seen clear but have carry another component of the CHL 906 system which can also including long range radar jamming, millimeter wave radar jamming and passive radar sensor station. The component well lined up next to the S-300 PMU-2 long range surface to air missile system that suppose the जो भी है. तो CHL 906 मल्टीफंक्शन रडार मेरे हिसाब से नंबर 1 है फॉर द शिप. बेस्ट वन. सी चाइना सैटेलाइट किलर SLC रडार पुल पे. सो किसको इसको दिया है? हाँ सी दिया है. नाम क्यों लो मैं? लो आर्गो सैटेलाइट. हाँ तुमको भी दिया है तो तुम और भी लो ना. तुम्हारे पास भी है ये मेरे को मालूम है. कौन लेगा? लेबनान के लिए कौन लेगा? इराक के लिए कौन लेगा? अफगानिस्तान के लिए कौन लेगा? हूती के लिए. चाइनीज एंड रशियन रडार ऑन ट्रैक टू सी US स्टील्ड. हाँ क्या है? हाँ? रोना आ गया यार. See, Chinese warship like Type 52C and Type 52D. Yeah, ये क्या है? Just wait. हाँ. So if you don't have a signature operated to the radar, you are not going to very survival. He said. The low frequency radar can cue the high frequency radar, and now you are going to get wrecked. So now. See, so now China and Russia are developing long-range anti-radiation missile that could target the central node of the NIFC-CA network. Huh? The North Grumman E-2D Advanced Hawker. So, huh? so, so I, huh? so, huh? Malik. Open information about 200 Chinese radar, including early radar, is now available. By number of model types, China is an important radar country. The Chinese radar survey paper showed the Chinese radar cover a wide spectrum of civilian and military applications. Chinese civil radar, including airborne weather, avoidance, navigation, air traffic control, ASR, ARSR, then GCA, SSR, harbor surveillance, industrial application, maritime meteorological, wind profiler, police, remote sensing, space tracking, vessel traffic management, EEW, airborne ground fire control, altimeter, battlefield surveillance, counter battery, OTH, shipborne surface search, low altitude tactical 3D, shipborne 3D, face scanning, early warning, etc. सो गाइस इसके बारे में बाद में आता हूँ मैं. लो प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ इंटरसेप्ट रडार. ये हमको चाहिए क्या है? ये कैसा है? ये रहेगा तो तुम्हारे पास तुम्हारा IRSC काम करेगा। आता हूँ इसके बारे में। हाँ, अच्छी चीज़ बता दो, अभी तुमको टेंशन मत लो, रुको जरा, रुको ज़रा। डिटेक्शन LPI रडार हमको करना है, इसके बारे में मैं आता हूँ, आपको बता रहा हूँ, आप भी जाइए वीडियो के अंदर, तो बोल रहा हूँ ना मैं, बाद में बनाते हैं इसका वीडियो। हाँ? ये सब काम मैं शाम को कर दूंगा 6 बजे गार्डन में, यहाँ वहीं चलता है दिमाग, वहीं कर दूंगा मैं किधर ना किधर। सेंसर लो प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ इंटरसेप्ट अल्टीमीटर, ये वाला। Type 346 radar is a naval S-band active electronic scanner। क्यों बनाया इसने, पागल है, मैं भी तुमको बोला था बीच में, ये बोल रहा था पागल है, अरे बनाना पड़ता है उल्लू की तरह भी कुछ चीज़। हाँ, तो टाइप 346 रडार इज अ नेवल एस बैंड एक्टिव इलेक्ट्रॉनिक स्कैन एयर रडार, ऐसा रडार। हाँ, डेवलप बाय द पीपल रिपब्लिक ऑफ चाइना। हाँ, तो क्या है ये, सी रडार एंटीना विद द कन्वेक्स कवरिंग पैनल ऑफ द सुपर स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द टाइप 02052 सी डिस्ट्रॉयर। सी टाइप 346 रडार ये है, लगाना है हमको। हाँ, ऐसा रडार। हाँ, ये हाँ, ये सेम हाँ रशिया का है। हाँ, सी इट वॉज डेवलप बाय दी टाइप 051C डिस्ट्रॉयर यूज 30 and 6EI टॉमस्टोन फेस एरर फ्लैप लीड एंटीना फ्रॉम रशिया। हाँ, ठीक है, प्रोटोटाइप सी बैंड एक्टिव फेस एरर रडार एंड डिजाइन पैकेज वेर परचेज फ्रॉम दी military radar of the People Republic of China। हाँ? China Missile Warning System, CLC-1 radar, CLC-3 radar, JL-10A radar, सब पागल है ये। हाँ, यहाँ तो एक भी नहीं कर रहे, यहाँ सब करके पागल है। यहाँ मैं 10 की बात कर रहा हूँ, यहाँ तो एक भी नहीं कर रहे। हाँ? GL-10A, GLG-43 radar, GLP-40 radar, JY-8 radar, JYN radar, JY-14 radar, KLJ-7, LR-66 radar, REL-6B radar, RES-1 radar, SLC-2 radar, Type 341 radar, Type 342, 343, 344, 345, 346, 347, 348, 349, 354, 360, 362, 364, 366, 381, 382, 512, 514, Type 515, 517, 518, 704, 751, 752, 753, 756, 757, YLC 2 radar, YLC 4 radar, YLC 6 radar, YLC 15 radar। यहाँ बोल बोल के मैं थक गया, इतना सारा। यहाँ एक बोलने के लिए मैं कितना साल से 3 महीने से बोल बोल के थक गया। ये तो आपको पता ही है, चाइनीज नेवल साइंटिस्ट से दे कैन यूज अदर कंट्री मिलिट्री रडार टू लोकेट ट्रैप शिप इन अ न्यू रिसर्च। ये तो आपको बताया, हमको ऐसा भी चलना है। हाँ, ऐसा भी चलना है। हम पागल है, हम तो आपको बता रहे ना कि चाइना इज इलीगल बिल्डिंग अ 2800 माइल्स 30 मेगावाट वॉरशिप रडार। हाँ, 32 मेगावाट सो उसका है, 30 मेगावाट का क्यों बना रहा है। हाँ, हाँ, क्यों बना रहा है। हाँ,
ताकि डिटेक्ट इनकमिंग मिसाइल फ्रॉम 2800 मिसाइल, उसको फर्क भी नहीं पड़ता लेकिन फिर भी बना रहा है। PLA एयर डिफेंस रडार टेक्नोलॉजी रिपोर्ट। हाँ हाँ HQ910 फेस एरियर रडार। सी Huh? So SJ231 guidance station is an important constituent part of the Operation Command and Control Center of the KS-1A weapon system. It used to detect and track the aerial target and control and guide the missile. The SJ231 guidance station is the advanced guidance radar system. It developed to the um, so so it is a copy of American MPQ-53 पेट्रोल रडार। समझे ना, तो कॉपी किया ना, मैं अपना मन से कॉपी किया हूँ। इसलिए इसमें नहीं करता हूँ मैं। Huh? So this being case, the S200 can be expected to the function in G band, integrate electronic sector surveillance, target detection, target tracking, identification, friend and foe, and missile guidance functionality. Huh? The antenna phase compromise surveillance IFF, target illumination and data transmission element, and will offer phase 3 target detection over 90-degree sector and tracking over the 160 degree। वो जो भी आप देख लीजिए। This is S200 model of the MPQ-53 uh, 30N6EI with a space fleet arrangement by using simple horn rather than lens arrangement. S200। So, Gingsling V is a NATO name for the engagement radar which appear to be Chinese version of the old Soviet SNR-75 fan song radar. HJ202 which is deployed with the SA2 guidelines for KS-17. It's compromise a number of radiating element. Point to be noted. There are two EF band Levus scanner. These are believed to be the azimuth and the elevation. Very good. As such element, although the radar would not normally function in isolation and would use receive target prompt from any of the variety of the volumetric such radar. F-band element is a possible use for target tracking, whilst G-band element for missile guidance. An L-band element report has range of RO function for accurate range measurement, whilst is a due D-band element may have an IFF application। ये बहुत अच्छा है, बात को समझो। ZD2B is designed to give the complete missile guidance station associated with HQ2B missile, whilst 2FAB is a radar transmitter receiver some assembly. The RF and the PRI value suffix implement the linkage during the transmission. G2 may represent the second transmission source within subtle different parameter to reduce the probability of mutual interference. It can operate in close proximity. So the Lewis can such technique combine the output of two separate assembly that are set by 90 degree to each other. The RF feet rotate independently to achieve horizontally and vertically scan respectively। Very good। ये जो मेरे दिमाग में वही है, ये मतलब प्लीज जरा ये ले लो यार। Over the narrow sector at the medium data usually between 10 to 25 hertz, and the one source has suggests that the rate between 15 to 17 hertz. This system is aging as not including the CIA. So CJ202 Gingsling AKS-C। वेरी गुड यार, अच्छा है। फायर कंट्रोलर हाँ अच्छा है। See,
Beijing South China Sea military base now has jammer that can block American radar and communication. अब आप उसमें जाइए. South China Sea military bases now have jammer. तुम्हारे पास क्या है? हाँ? So what is the
आप आए ना रे लालिती जान, आई लव यू मेरी जान, मुझे माफ़ कर देना मेरे भाई, लेकिन प्लीज़ हाँ ध्यान दे, ये देख भाई,
what are the Chinese warships sonar pulse?
बहुत दिन से परेशान था यार.
The divers working underwater at the time of the incident were injured by one or more sonic blasts from the Chinese destroyer sonar system. The sonar system used loud pulse of sound to detect the submarine pulse that could server.
वाट भी लगा देगा.
ये क्या है? Just wait, huh?
जस्ट वेट यार, जस्ट वेट. बस वेट यार. सी आपको आता हूँ मैं.
Advanced made by China the field of ASW sonar system. इसके बारे में मैं कभी मूड होगा तो बनाता हूँ यार. So HSSJD sonar is a indigenous developed Mao mounted sonar first of kind of China in. हाँ? तो ये क्या है? हाँ? ये मैं क्यों बताऊँ? हाँ? ये मैं बाद में बताता हूँ. हाँ? हाँ? चाइनीज सोनार सिस्टम. हाँ? क्या है ये? HSJD1. हाँ? SJDN क्या है? आप देख लो. HJD2 सोनार क्या है ये आप देख लो. SJD3, HJD4, HJD5, HJD7, HJD9, ESS12, SO7H, SJG206, TLAS1, SJG208, SQG4, SQZ262, SQG207, synthetic aperture sonar, SAS for AUV, XT02WR01. हाँ, ये क्या है? साउंड पल्स. ये मैं क्यों बताऊँ?
हमने बताएगा, हम खुश हैं बहुत, हमका लफड़ा ख़त्म हो गया है. हाँ? हम बताते हैं मेरे भाई, हम बताते हैं, हमारा लफड़ा ही ख़त्म हो गया. आओ साले. हाँ?
उससे पहले साउंड पल्स मैंने बताया ना, वो बाद में फिर बताता हूँ. वो साउंड पल्स डिटेक्ट कर देगी उनकी सबमरीन को ऐसा जोर से कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया का एक आदमी मर गया. हाँ, वो क्या है हम बाद में बताऊँगा. हम आएंगे, हम बताएंगे. तो हमको चाहिए अभी ये दूसरा क्या है? चाइनीज सबमरीन इज फर्स्ट टू एक्सप्लोर न्यू सब स्टील टेक्नोलॉजी. ये भाई ईरान एक समुद्र में एक जहाज, उनके मुकाबले में एक जहाज तो कम से कम बराबर रख. आया बड़ा समुद्र में राज. जहाज में अभी ध्यान देना है. सबमरीन के लिए एंटी सबमरीन वॉरफेयर बनाना है. समुद्र में तुमको करना है ना. हाँ, हक के लिए लड़ाई, तो एंटी सबमरीन वॉरफेयर सबमरीन चाहिए. तो पूरी तरह से तैयार हो. चाइनीज लेटेस्ट नॉन न्यूक्लियर सबमरीन टाइप 039. हाँ, ये तो है. हाँ, एंड टाइप 212 CD क्लास. हाँ, ये भी हमें वो बहुत बहुत घंटा ला रहे हैं. हाँ, अरे यार, टाइप 212D क्लास के बारे में बताता हूँ. The trend reflects the growing importance of the active sonar in undersea warfare. It's much more desirable to detect an enemy passively by just listening. That's emit a sonar signal. Active sonar does not bounce. The active sonar does this bouncing sound of the target and measure the rebound. This means the target can hear you long before you detect them, typically twice the distance. Huh? So, 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 so passive detection rely on the enemy submarine being nosely. बराबर है. That submarine have become ever quite. Passive detection has become less useful. So active sonar is expected to play an increasing part in underwater warfare. At the same time, advanced uncrewed underwater vehicle UUV, office, navy are the way to move active sonar embeds away from the main submarine and onto the expendable drones. The technique and technology are still coming together by the direction is clear. हाँ, अरे अभी बोलने का वक्त खत्म हो गया. हाँ, अभी यार तो बस इतना बोलूँगा कि व्हाट आर द चाइनीज वॉरशिप सोना पल्स. ये मैंने कल निकाला, कहाँ चले गया हो? हाँ, द सोनार सिस्टम यूज लाउड पल्स ऑफ साउंड टू डिटेक्ट सबमरीन्स. बस इतना बोलूँगा, इसका मैंने निकाला हूँ. हाँ, वो क्या है वो साला किधर है आएगा वो. हाँ, तो China developed new stealth technology for its submarine that can dock US Navy sonar by mimicking the water. Chinese research claim to have developed a novel coating device. ये क्या है? It is a rare element on the earth that could help submarine dock sophisticated animal sonar by resembling water. Submarine around the world, including nuclear submarine, have been playing hide and seek with the newest anti-submarine warfare capability for years. The advancement in technology has given way to development of cutting-edge tools will help Navy locate hostile submarine. So the development of the latest Chinese device that escape. So to locate hostile submarine, active sonar is used wherever the submarine transmit a sound pulse and calculate the time it takes to reach the target and be reflected back. So according to the Chinese research, the tilt shape device developed by them can analyze an enemy sonar frequency and produce opposing sound waves so that the sonar operator will mistake the submarine for water. So, so the Beijing Institute of Technology team claimed that the low frequency noise produced by the tilts have intensity up to 147 decibels, which is louder than the rock constant and strong enough to block out some of the most potent active sonar used by the US military or by allies. So engineer can stick the device all of the hull of the submarine to deal with sonar beams coming from various angles because a complete unit is less than the half the size and thickness of the brick. See, this is the anti-sonar tilt device. Being installed. So this, huh? So all the routes of the submarine operation is secretly the geography of China. It's So the chalk point. Wow, we need only chalk point. Huh? Okay, okay. अरे भाई मुझे चक्कर आ रही थी बस रे बस थक गया अभी मैं कितना है अभी अरे बाप कहाँ तक कह रहे हैं मैं आता हूँ रे भाई मैं थोड़ी देर में लंपे की अक्सा